constructs that have been done and shown that through proper breathing you can alter your consciousness. Now, most of the drugs in this country that actually enhance your thinking are illegal because politicians don't like intelligence increase. But they can't make pranayama breathing illegal because all you have to do is go on the internet and learn alternative nostril breathing and sit in a yoga pose. They haven't made that illegal yet. You know, respect for me. You know, it's not funny because bipolar disorder has a lower survival rate than leukemia. A lot of people don't know that. About 22% of people with bipolar by the age of 50 kill themselves. And survival rate for leukemia is about 19%. So it's just not viewed the same. I don't view it the same, and that's one of the things I wanted to work on, is like my own perception.
Lord, I'm so low, stole my hotel room tonight. What do you do in your blues when you lost the truth? What do you do in your blues when you can't even find
The best thing that I found to do with a mixed state is exercise. Exercise, 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 and just sometimes the best thing to do is sleep through it. Sleep can be your best friend. A mixed state is hard to describe, even for me, what it feels like. The best way that I could explain it would be that if you could be extremely depressed and yet have the energy to run 20 miles or run through a brick wall and not know what to do with that energy. It's a very unpleasant feeling, and that's when people are totally uncomfortable in their own skin, and that's what leads to a 0 on the mood chart. Manic, the underlying chemical construct is the same. It's just a different manifestation of your illness. So you are really depressed. It's just coming out in that aggressive, ego. The ego, arrogance, entitlement is not to be confused with motivation and direction. And that's the next part I'm going to talk about is the mixed episode. People are like, well, what is a mixed episode? Well, the best way to explain it is when you have symptoms of mania and symptoms of suicidal depression at the same time. That is when most of the suicides occur. You want to know what mania is like? Drink 7 cups of Kona coffee. Or snort some crystal methamphetamine. There have been studies that have been done in the brain that show that the manic brain is very similar to the brain on amphetamines. Now, most people who would take amphetamines, some of them would feel pleasant, a lot of them would feel agitation. And that's what bipolar is experiencing when they're manic, is that agitation, an agitated, unsettling feeling, having enough energy to run through a brick wall, but not having any way to direct it towards anything meaningful. This is gabapentin. Okay, this works on the GABA neurotransmitter. It's an anti-anxiety medication for people that are addicts or that can't take benzodiazepines. Okay, this killed 864 people last year. Okay, why is this accepted and not even thought twice of, and my cannabis use ridiculed? There have been no humans that have ever died, ever, from THC in their system. There is a natural mechanism in the brain which shuts down the processing of THC into cannabinoids once you reach a certain level. I think the biggest fatality is waking up with Cheeto fingers. There's a lot of famous people that have bipolar disorder. One of the major decisions made in World War II was made by a bipolar person's wife. Winston Churchill was bipolar. One of the reasons people think he helped save England is that when all hope was lost, he still had hope. He was watch cable is because somebody had a manic episode. Next time someone has a problem with mentally ill, they throw your cable box in the toilet. A bipolar person helped elect some really bad presidents through cable. Mark Twain wrote Huck Finn over a manic weekend. These are examples of people who were able to channel. And as I go through these episodes, the last part of the performance will be me talking about specific tools you can use to deal with it. So I'll illustrate what it is, and then I'll say, these are the tools that I use. Here's the science. Because we now live in an age where we can alter our reality tunnel. We can alter our central nervous systems through exercise, through diet, through knowledge, through support, through medication. What I've learned is that consciousness can be altered and changed, and that there is hope. That there are mathematical constructs that have been done and shown that through proper breathing you can alter your consciousness. Now, most of the drugs in this country that actually enhance your thinking are illegal because politicians don't like intelligence increase. But they can't make pranayama breathing illegal because all you have to do is go on the internet and learn alternative nostril breathing and sit in a yoga pose. They haven't made that illegal